There are many well-known habits people know they should never get into: drugs, drinking, gambling, etc. What are some less well-known things or habits that people shouldn't get into? Mindlessly browsing YouTube at night when you know you should go to bed. I'm so guilty at this one. Yet I keep doing it. I can't remember where I picked it from, but a great rule I follow is, never stay up late to do something you wouldn't get up early for. There are very few things I would get up early for. Constantly checking phone social media. Facebook addiction lol. Reddit addiction for me. Every day it's how many karma did I get from my last comment? Who is the guy that replied my comment this time? Hope he's ready for some arguments. Man, I wish somebody gilded my last comment. That'll make my day and so on. Man, that's interesting, cause I'm Reddit obsessed, total addict. And yet I have never had any of those thoughts. Who gives a shit about gold? I'm on Reddit because of all the delicious information. Worrying what other people think of you too much. I used to have a big problem with this and I've actually been to therapy. Paid good money to hear something I should have already known. She asked me to think about all the people that have embarrassed themselves in front of me and that I only had 1 minute to come up with them. I was maybe able to say 2. She said that's exactly what other people feel about my embarrassments. They probably don't even remember or even really care. Same with everything, not just embarrassing stuff. Automatically thinking negatively about things. Also complaining. Nothing wrong with some ranting, but when all you do is complain about everything, it's really draining to everyone around you. I have a friend who just never seems to have anything nice to say when I see them, always has a new disaster in their life to complain about. I know firsthand that constant bitching about everything is addicting, and after some time I started to annoy myself and had to make some big changes. Don't get into the habit of regularly borrowing money and things from friends and family. My wife's parents keep asking us for money. And when we first got married I cut the money train off. Her sister said, quote, "I hope your ducking marriage fails," because we wouldn't give her money to play bingo. Friend was cut off by his sister because he wouldn't give her money to go to the casino. She was going to win enough to pay her rent and he ruined her life by not helping. She forgot that she was on his cell phone plan. As long as she was cutting him out of her life, he thought that should include the cell phone. A huge family fight ensued and his mom told him that since she raised all the kids together they were all responsible for each other. As the only one who went to college and had a career, she told him it was his job to support his 5 adult brothers and sisters. Even their kids routinely asked him for money. It took him a long time to realize that he did not have a healthy relationship with his family. Lying. It's so easy to start fabricating small lies here and there. Makes life more interesting, doesn't it? Then suddenly you're speaking in a British accent for years to your wife who you told you were a millionaire, and the tax man is coming tomorrow and the web of lies will shatter and fall. My friend's sister spoke at her wedding with a French accent. She is not French at all, doesn't even speak the language fluently, but spent some time in Paris just prior to the wedding. I hated it at the time, but now I just love that I have this bizarre memory like I was in an episode of The Office or something. Edit. I should clarify, she did the maid of honor speech with the crazy fake accent. Holy shit, I didn't realize actual people who aren't in sitcoms do stuff like this. I got stuck speaking in a deliberately bad Russian accent for like 2 months, after I pranked a batch of new kids by speaking in a clearly fake accent and getting progressively more insane about it. Out of 16 of them it took them 5 weeks to figure it out. My default suffix to every sentence became like bear, and I didn't stop saying niet for like 4 more months. It was so ingrained. Office gossip and shirt talking. At my first job as a designer at an ad agency, there was a day when there was some shirt going down between 2 of the dept heads. I was new and found it fascinating and started to chat with my art director about it. That lasted about 3 seconds before he turned to me and said, "It's all bullshit, and we aren't discussing it, nor should you ask anyone else. You are not being paid to gossip and neither am I, so let's both just get back to work." He said that quietly and with a grin, so there was no ruffled feathers, but he was right. And I can't tell you how much I appreciated that. All these years later and now I'm the creative director, and I still follow that advice. Don't participate in office gossip. Steer clear of people that do the work. Be nice to everyone. Eating as entertainment. When the answer to "I'm bored" is "what snacks do we have?" it's trouble. My sort of solution to this is cooking whatever I eat. I put a laptop in my kitchen for entertainment and intentionally prepare something that takes quite a while. I am not a good cook, but I'm slowly learning, and even if what I end up eating isn't perfectly healthy, it's better than grabbing a bag of chips or something. Worst case, if I make myself a cheeseburger and some sort of potato side dish, it's better than hopping in the car and running to McDonald's. Payday advance loans. Endless cycle. I used to play Pokemon Go, and became a moderator for my community's Pogo community and met a bunch of amazing people doing it. I was walking into GameStop a few weeks ago, and one of my old Pokemon buddies walked into the payday loan place next door, and I waved at him and smiled, and the look of shame he had when he opened the payday door made me very sad. Even if you're not being bankrupted by it, you feel the weight of the debt every single day. The advertising makes it seem like a light and airy decision, but the process itself is designed to feel like a collar of bricks. They own your mass. Forgetting to brush and floss your teeth. Easy to forget but very important to do on a regular basis. Nothing like a $3,000 root canal to remind you. Australian here, and that is some crazy cheap root canal. Your posture. Please take care of it. Guiltily unslouches. We slouches for seconds after scrolling away from this post. Microtransactions. 99 cents here, 4.99 there, 9.99 etc. It adds up fast. Edit. For those commenting on the irony of someone giving me Reddit gold and silver. The irony was not lost on me. I do appreciate it though. First time I've received either. Thank you, kind strangers. I learned this the hard way in my early 20s. I cringe when I think about how much I spent on lots of small, stupid shit. Anger. I've seen so many people addicted to their anger ruin their lives at a rate that's downright shocking. Even when comparing it to things which are traditionally seen as much more dangerous at a glance, like some drugs and alcohol. Anger literally eats people alive and spits them out. Changed. I used to think it was cool in high school to shove all my reactions down and be nothing but unaffected whenever stuff happened. Got older. Realized I felt repressed. Got in my car and screamed and decided I was going to let my emotions out from then on. Accidentally just became way more angry, and it felt great until I realized I was hurting people I loved. Now I'm trying to be less angry and find a balance. Shirt's hard, man. My dad has destroyed practically every close relationship throughout his life cause he just wants to be angry. The only reason any of us can spend time around him is that his crippling depression has caused him to care less, and therefore he gets angry less. It's all kinda twisted, but he just doesn't wanna change, and it's honestly destroyed his entire life. Tolerating friends and family that drain your energy, lie, and refuse to reciprocate. I had this epiphany in my early mid-20s, and I honestly thought that being around people just made you feel drained and stressed out. I really identified as an introvert 10 years later. My life is so much better without the dead weight, and I actually enjoy the company of people I surround myself with. Reddit. Not even once. I was a Reddit addict. Lost my job, my house, my wife. One day my of 7 months said to me, "Dada, I don't see how you are being the responsible person society expects you to be, regarding the fact that you are a father of a 7-month-old. My son's name, Albert Einstein. So I changed my life. I quit Reddit and never looked back. Truth story." Mindless, regular purchases. Regular Starbucks, or smoking, or eating out gets very expensive. Several hundreds of dollars a month really adds up in a year and a lifetime. Ex-smoker here who has saved an estimated $5,675 since March 2017. And cutting out the daily trip to the 7-Eleven also tends to cut down on unnecessary drinks and snacks. Soda. Seriously, I cut out soda a few years ago and changed to drinking sparkling water. I changed nothing else about my lifestyle and I lost 10 pounds very quickly. I've since changed to just drinking normal water, and I feel so much better than when I was drinking cola regularly. Being angry about everything all the time. My ex-husband was like that, and after 40 years, I just couldn't take it anymore. After 40 years? You must be very patient. Eating when you're not hungry. Boredom eating is the worst. I try to drink water when I'm wanting to eat but aren't hungry. The water fills me up and then I don't have room for food. For anyone needing help with this, drink water when you feel hungry. Most likely, your body is just dehydrated and your stomach is empty, so it's sending the hungry signal to your brain. If you're really hungry, you'll still want to eat after drinking a cup. If it was just a hankering for a snack, the cup of water will alleviate the hunger, so instead of reaching for that snack or food, drink more water.